Oh my god, Five, you're a genius.
Peace, Mr. Five here. Credible messages on the move, credible messages on the rise. So I have been waiting for this package for a very long time. I was searching for this title in this book that finally came for almost a year now, a couple of years now. I'm looking for this book. It's significant, and it's significant part in which we'll be talking about Lovecraft, the HBO special, which I love, with Jonathan Majors, which I'll also be breaking down because there's so many elements I feel like nobody has discussed about with Black history and sort of trauma and things we've been through. But this book, like, is really something that I've been waiting to get. I had a copy when I was young. There was always one. My uncles always had a copy. Also, like Uncle Tom's Cabin and other books that was like propaganda for white superiority, but also black inferiority and bestiality and all this other stuff that they would sort of claim. Yes. So this book is so old. But I remember when I was a child, I used to have to study from it because it represented what white America wanted us as people of color to sort of think of ourselves, right? To be really not only not optimistic, but to be degenerative about ourselves, right? So this book, which I want to gently unwrap because I'm sure that the pages are very, very brittle. Oh my God. Yes. The Pickaninny Twins. Lucy Fitch Perkins. Wow, this book. Illustrations is crazy. Like, I had to literally, I'm going to have to make a whole video about this book. The Pickaninny Twins was really these two black characters that was described as subhuman. This is how black people in America was described as. Wow, 1931. And this was a Department of Education book. You understand me? In other words, in school, white people, because black people weren't allowed to go to school, white people were taught this as a historical fact of black people. See the chicken, she washing clothes. Monday morning, Mammy Jenny went out to the backyard to wash her clothes. The tub stood on a bench under an apple tree. It was springtime, and the apple tree was covered with pink blossoms. Bees were humming all about. A mockingbird sat atop the tip-top bow. He sang and sang if he would burst out for joy, right? And so this book, which really is sort of framed as a children's book, but really is a guide to discriminating black people, right? Now, she was a mammy, which means she taught other whites. That's what she worked for. Oh, this book is so classic. I can't wait to get into it. Because so many racial epithets, but so many sort of confidence issues that we have as people of color comes from this notion that white people were trained to think of us in a certain way. So Pickaninny twins. And I can't wait to break down this book. I think the conversation doesn't need to be just with me, so I'll have some invited guests. And then going over sort of the 1920s, 30s, in which educational systems in America, because these are the people that's in power now, those people that were born then, are the elders of the world today, where inequality was used to miseducate so many people and create these myths of black people. The reason why it ties into Lovecraft is because the Pickaninny twins makes a little debut in this series, which is super like on point. Like it is just beyond accurate. Pickaninny twins. We're gonna get that.